start by asking you something that is outside completely. I've known you for well over a decade. But then very recently, somebody now told me, said, I think, okay, when somebody saw your flyer, like, Bros is coming on your show. And I said, Bros used to work as a security guard. Is it true, sir?
That's very true.
You used to work as not a organ of, like a supervisor, like an actual security guard.
Yeah, so actually I grew through the cadres of private security. I was a guard myself, manning beats like every other security guard does now. That was when I was actually doing my studies in Bello University. So I was running night duty as a guard, and I go to school during the day.
As an undergraduate?
As an undergraduate.
Wow. Did you hear that? So this was how many years ago?
That's over 20 years ago, I'm sure.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so it's 20 years later, you now have one of the successful security agencies in this city and across several states in this state. Please, can you share a little of that with us? How 20 years? Because so all of us just want to reach there back.
Yeah.
But then how were you able to stand out? That you built from being a security, anybody could have just, as a graduate, could have been doing something else. Why security?
Okay, like I said, I needed to fund my education back then, and I didn't want to wait on any of them. So I decided to take up night duty security job while I go to school during the day. And even at night, I tip my supervisor so that they will allow me work where I can read. So mostly you find me in residencies in GRA that the occupants have traveled out. So I just stay there, read my books. In the morning I bath and I go for my lectures. In the evening I return. So when school became hectic in my final year, that was when I stopped. And I went further to serve, and my first job was with British American Tobacco as a temp, an account temp, account payable temp. I read accounting actually. So I worked for like 9 months as a temp. While I was doing this, I was applying for other jobs. And as destiny will have it, I gained employment with another private security company as the accountant. So I took up the job in Abuja. They transferred me to their head office in Lagos. And that's when I learned the nitty-gritty of private security business and the potential that it holds. And since then I've been nursing that dream to own one. And as also destiny will have it, during the Jonathan government, they came up with a UAE program I applied for, and I was successful, went through the process, did our presentation, our defense and all that, went through Kaduna Business School, and I succeeded in getting the fund, and I set up BJ Dynamics Synergy Security Limited. That's about 11 years ago.
11 years ago.
That's about 11 years ago now.
And how far have you come?
We bless the Lord. BJ is in over 10 states as we speak today.
Did you hear that, class?
We are in
I thought this is the part where you give me the When our guest was in the audience, I had plenty of he was giving us. So now that it's a story, you're not giving us Yes, sir. So in over 11 states.
Yeah, we're in over 11 states.
In 11 years.
In 11 years.
Wow. So they conquer one state in a year, one state per year. Wow. So, sir, security is usually seen as a force. How do you bring creativity into security and community safety?
So if you look at BG, the way it's set up is quite unique, quite different from the normal security company you have around you. From the normal security company you have around you, we're quite different. Our services that we render are quite different, even from our competitor. We have created a niche for ourselves. Let me give you an example. We do risk assessment for NGOs. We do security report. We do Nigerian Nigerian security report, daily, weekly, monthly basis, and it's a reference point in Nigeria today. They talked about it all over. Top security men, DSS directors of states refer to our reports on a daily basis. Some of them call me and say, you have not shared last month's own with me. Is it not ready from Zaria? We do consultancy. I consult for a number of organizations. So it's not just man guarding that we do, not security guards alone. We do a whole lot of consultancy for national, international organizations as well.
Wow, I appreciate you. This is amazing. So, sir, Synergy is your agency name.
Yeah.
How did you influence community, businesses, and agencies to work together for safety?
Okay, so presently I consult for an NGO, New Incentive, in collaboration with the Kaduna State government to support immunization. So, and we know that the places where immunization is deficient are the deep rural area where banditries and all sorts go on. So the staffs that carry these immunizations and the incentive, because by this NGO, once you bring your child for immunization, they pay you. You don't have to pay, they pay you. But then they are scared of their staff going to the hinterland to administer this drug. So that is where I come in. I consult for them to ensure that we build a synergy between local security, that is Yambanga, the Cardiffs, the police outposts and all that, so that they have a place they can quickly run to whenever they have that kind of situation. And I do that for a number of organizations. We did it for We Care Solar, another international NGO, and that is how we believe that synergy is built between the community, stakeholders, as against the threats that exist in that community.
Let's appreciate you. What are three creative ways youth can protect themselves and their businesses without fear? Three creative ways.
Okay, so like I always say to youth, the first thing you need to sustain and grow your business, first you come up with a business, you sustain it, then you scale it. So what you need is passion. Passion. Number one, you must have passion, because it's not going to be rosy. There will be a day that you feel like dropping it and I've had enough. I'm sure in your 2 years you've come across that. So you need to have that passion. Most times people ask me and say, what business do you think I should do? In all the businesses, people are making money. And in all the businesses, people are failing. The difference is passion. So if you have the passion, you'll be able to outspan that space where you are challenged. You'll be able to sustain it to get to the point where you scale it.
So, but then, did you get that? So what is another, maybe from that, another way a youth can protect his or herself? As a security consultant,
Yeah.
we don't get opportunities to meet you every day. So once you are not there and we don't have opportunities for the forces and whatever, what can we do to protect ourselves locally?
So the first thing is for you to be aware of the threats that exist within your locality. You need to be aware. You understand? You need to gain information. You need to stay in touch with social media, with other sources of informations, and know what is happening around you. You must be conscious of your environment. You cannot just live anyhow in Nigeria of today. You must know what is happening around you. You must know your neighbor. You must know what kind of threats exist. You understand? And then you'll be able to come up with mitigation measure. For instance, you cannot in Nigeria today wake up early 5 o'clock and just start dashing to the street. You could fall victim of anything. You can't stay out late. You understand? You cannot stay out late and be free and you think everything is okay. You must be cautious.
So sir, in an event like for me, there's a narrow way before my space where I stay. That place is not safe. Many times they snatch people's phone, all kinds of things. My younger sister came to see me one time. At my gate, she had called me to say, sir, I'm at the gates to come and just between probably less than a minute to just come. These guys were on the bike, jumped down from the bike, knife,
collected her phone, and then in an instant like that, what do I do?
So you that
So I
is
can't
it.
afford to back out from there for now.
So then you just have to time your movement.